We do not live. We hope to live. We are waiting to live. This comes to us from Pierre Hadot, and the latter statement in that passage really hit me. We are waiting to live. We expect to be able to live in the future once we obtain blank. Once we get there, then we will begin to live. And there's something called, which we're probably all familiar with, delayed gratification, which for a while I was a big advocate of. And in a certain sense, I still am. But I think there's two states which people are in that delayed gratification, they will interpret it. And one state is, oh, I need to do delayed gratification. I need to stop being on social media so much, getting these quick gratification, quick little pleasure loops, doom scrolling. I need to stop doing that. I need to, start going to the gym and getting my gratification from long-term goals. And I think that's good. But when you tell someone to delay gratification in terms of a project, they're hitting the grindstone. And, you could be, I don't know, let's say 12 hours into a day of just working and working and working. And, people, your coworkers on the project or whatever it may be, you can tell that you're exhausted. And they come up to you and they say, hey, I know it's hard right now, but we're delaying our gratification and it's going to be so good when we reach our goal. And you can't help but just agree with them and give your nod of approval and put your head back down and start working. But I would argue to say that that's wrong. And I would argue to say that it should be more normalized to not delay gratification in those instances. And what I mean by that is to make it clear, because I don't think it is clear, that that goal is not going to make you happy. To make it clear that that goal is just going to become a new goal 30 minutes, if you're lucky, after you get the goal, because there'll always be something in the distance you can go after. So I think we should, instead of talk about delayed gratification, talk about instant gratification in the happiness of pursuit. It's not the pursuit of happiness. It's the happiness of pursuit, because you spend so much of your life in pursuit of something. And it's such a small, minuscule amount of time that you actually do it. Say you're an author. Let's say Robert Greene, for example. He spends, I picked him because he spends a good amount of time on his books. So let's say 3 to 5 years, Robert Greene spent writing his new book. I think he's coming out with one, The Sublime, here pretty shortly. And I think he's been working on it for a while. And if he said, all right, 5 years, I'm going to delay gratification, I'm going to be miserable, and once I make that book, I'm going to be happy and it's going to be great. That's just crazy to say. And obviously, we don't mean that when we say delayed gratification. We don't imply that, but it's almost what it means. And that would be horrible. But I think it's safe to say Robert Greene, even though he will go through probably long bouts of you know, doubt maybe in the book, doubt in its, relevance, and if he's talking about the right things, and if anyone's even going to care, and so, even at such a position that he's at. But if he can't get the happiness from the pursuit of the goal, then he's lost, because the goal is going to be such a small time frame. And imagine if his goal isn't just to finish the book. His goal is to finish the book and get number one, number one bestseller. And he finishes the book and he gets number two bestseller. Is that a failure? Is that a waste of 5 years? I think if he realized that the happiness was in the pursuit of doing his best, it was not a waste. It was not a waste if no one even bought the book. Obviously, with Robert Greene, he could not release a book and not not sell a copy at the stage that he is at, obviously. But I mean, like, I think it's just, like I said earlier, it's not implied when we say delayed gratification, but it almost is. It almost gives a bad image, at least in my head, when I started kind of really thinking about delayed gratification. Like, okay, like, what is this? What is he telling me? He tells me right now this sucks, but in the future it will be amazing, because I'll have my goal and everything will be fulfilled and it'll be amazing, and I'll never have a new goal and I can just ride on this high the rest of my life. But that's not the case. You're going to get another goal, and you're going to delay gratification again, and then you're going to get another goal, and then you're going to delay gratification again. And there's only so many goals you can delay gratification on, and then you're going to be dead. And you realize you spent most of your life in pursuit of happiness, when you really should have been getting your happiness from the pursuit. And, just having little, like, pieces of candy mixed in, like, oh, I completed this book. That's amazing. Like, I had such a good time doing it. That was, I can't wait to do it again in another book, just because the process. Like, it's cool. My thoughts got conveyed on paper, and now I can share with the world what I believe and what I've been thinking about for the last year or so. But I'm really looking forward to do it again, because the happiness I got from the pursuit of that was fun. Not the goal. The goal cannot be it. Because if the goal is it, then, you're just waiting to live. I almost forgot where I started this video. I think that went kind of along the lines, though. Should have been an instant gratification video. But yeah, like Pierre Hadot said, we are waiting to live. We hope we live, but we are waiting to live. And the sad part is, after that 30 minutes, after your goal, you're living for those 30 minutes, probably. I mean, I've never achieved a goal like that, honestly, where I could say that I know what that feels like. But I can only imagine how quick you come down from a high like that, and how much the habit you've built into you to go, achieve just kicks right back in, and you can't even enjoy that quote unquote thing that was going to make you happy for more than 30 minutes, or more than a day, or more than a week. I mean, from everyone I've heard talking about the topic, you'd be lucky to go a week riding a high from something that you accomplished. So, long story short, don't wait to live. Start living now. Waiting to live is the worst thing you could ever do for yourself. Because in waiting to live, you will never live. You will end up dying before you truly live if you wait. Because I don't think life's gonna just come and hit you on the head and say, hey, you're good now, let's live. That's not how it works. There's there's a quote from Viktor Frankl that I like, and it's, the meaning of life is to give life meaning. And I think that goes well with this message. Because you wouldn't wait. If you realize the meaning of life was to give life meaning, you wouldn't wait to give life meaning. You would just do your best to start giving life meaning. You wouldn't say, "Oh, I can't give life meaning right now. I can't do that. Later I can. I can wait, and then later I'll do it, but I can't do that." Because if you can't do it right here, right now, then you'll never be able to do it. The biggest lie we tell ourselves is that I'll do it tomorrow. Because you won't do it tomorrow. Tomorrow you'll have another excuse on why you have to do it tomorrow. And then the day after that, you'll have another excuse on why you have to do it tomorrow. Because the best time to do it truly is now. To stop that procrastination process before it happens. So, don't wait to live. And don't believe that by delaying gratification you are somehow gonna reach a point of happiness. Because I just don't think you will. I think you'll just wish you enjoyed the journey more. What comes to mind is a story I heard Chris Williamson say recently about, can't remember context, but talking about how you stay up till like 3 a.m. to bust out an assignment in your college dorm with your buddies, and you just Red Bulls, you're staying up late, someone's sleeping on the ground, and then you finally turn in the assignment. Was turning in the assignment the good time, or was the memory of having Red Bulls at 2 in the morning and people taking naps on the floor and you know communion? That was the pursuit to that goal, but that was actually the best part. And imagine if you zoomed past that, didn't even really engage conscious thinking of what was going on, and got to the end and turned in the assignment, and you realize like, oh wow, like, who cares? Like, I should have just enjoyed that. Like, who knows, the next time I'll stay up till 3 a.m. and shotgunning Red Bulls with the boys to crack out an assignment in the dorm room. So yeah, it's enough for me on this one. But as I said, it's not the pursuit of happiness, it's the happiness of pursuit. Stop waiting to live, and delay gratification and social media means, but not in goal means. Derive it from the pursuit.